One of my distinct privileges as CSUN's president is identifying candidates for an honorary degree who have demonstrated inspirational character, excellence, and extraordinary achievement. The California State University Board of Trustees has approved this nomination, and it is an honor for us to present this degree this morning. Mr. David Nazarian, would you please come to the podium and be recognized for your many achievements? Trustee Jean Picker-Furstenberg will now read the citation.
David Nazarian, Chief Executive Officer of Nemes Capital, the private investment arm of Nemes Enterprises, graduated from the California State University, Northridge in 1982 with a bachelor's degree in business administration. He later earned an MBA from the University of Southern California. Mr. Nazarian's dedication to the community is reflected in his roles as a member of the Board of Governors of Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, as the Chief Financial Officer of the Eunice and Soraya Nazarian Family Foundation, which supports educational causes, with a long history of supporting higher education, both philanthropically and with his time. He previously served as the chair of the Investment Committee and as a member of the Board of Directors of the UCLA Foundation. As a member of the Board of Leaders of the USC Marshall School of Business, and as a member of the Board of Directors of the Harvard Graduate School of Leadership Institute. A generous philanthropist, he and his wife, Angela, endowed the David and Angela Nazarian Youth Leadership Program at Sinai Temple. In 2014, they were honored by Hillel 818, the chapter of Hillel, the foundation of Jewish campus life for students at CSUN, Pierce College, and Los Angeles Valley College. The Nazarians also endowed the Angela and David Nazarian School Innovators in Residence program at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. In March 2014, Mr. Nazarian launched a $25 million funding drive for CSUN with his own $10 million cash gift. In recognition of his generosity, CSUN named its College of Business the David Nazarian College of Business and Economics. Mr. Nazarian was the 2018 recipient of the Ellis Island Medal of Honor, which is presented annually to those who have shown an outstanding commitment to serving the nation professionally, culturally, or civically. As an immigrant himself, nearly all of Mr. Nazarian's considerable philanthropy and dedication of his personal time is focused on supporting students and multiple institutions of higher education to advance the life-changing impact of higher education.
In recognition of his many accomplishments, his inspirational character, but students, his unwavering belief in all of you, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. David Nazarian.
Wow. Thank you, CSUN trustee, Jean Furstenberg, and President Beck, for this kind introduction. And thank you also to the CSUN Honorary Degree Committee for this recognition. Congratulations to the class of 2024. Time flies, but in 1982, I was sitting in your seat, graduating from the School of Business at CSUN, and eager to go out in the world and make my own mark. As I stand here, I realize that we, each and every one of us, have lived through different lives and stories to get us where we are. Some of you have worked full-time or even 2 jobs to make your way through schools, while others of you are the first in your family to have gotten an undergraduate degree. My family and I left our homeland to an extremist revolution and emigrated to the United States because we did not feel safe as a minority. No matter how you've come here, let's take a moment to celebrate this big achievement. I'm very proud that my father, my role model, and the person I look up to most received the same honorary doctorate 6 years ago. Thank you. Although he's not with us any longer, I want to recognize him on this very day, as he was so proud to address the graduating class himself. It was a very important day in his life, especially as an immigrant who had to start from scratch when we arrived in the United States. I also want to recognize my dear mom, who's a living example of a person who's not only grown through every stage of her life, but who cares deeply about sharing her passion and others. She's a sculptor and an artist. As you all know, the Soraya is named after her, and she wanted to make sure premier arts and culture more accessible for those who live in San Fernando Valley. My parents never had the privilege of going to college, and so I was a first-generation college graduate. And I can tell you that, looking back at my career, I've learned a few things that I would like to share with you. When I entered CSUN, I was 17, and it was a month after my parents had a sudden move from war-torn Iran to the United States. We were living in a hotel. We had left most of our belongings back in Iran, and we had to start all over again in a new country with a new language and new customs. 3 years later, when I graduating, the most important thing on my mind was how I could help in stabilizing our family situations. In the first 8 years after college, I worked my family in 2 different businesses. I began by working in the purchasing and then accounting and finally operation department in a precision machine shop that supplied the aerospace industries. After 3 years, I began commuting to Fresno in order to help build the business of a concrete roof tile manufacturing company located there. I worked under the general manager at that time and tackled with many functions as a COO of the company. Now, none of these businesses are directly related to what I'm doing right now, but I had to do everything to do with my success. But before I talk further, I want to give you another real-life analogy. I bet nearly all of you know who Tiger Woods is, but not nearly everybody knows who Roger Federer is. Both Tiger and Roger Federer are among the greatest athletes in the past 50 years. I dare to say that most people know of Tiger's story because it was so dramatic. He was a prodigy who at 10 months initiated swing, at 2 years old swung a golf club on a national TV in front of a Bob Hope, and at age 21 was the greatest golfer in the world. Now, Federer, on the other hand, played a dozen of sports, from badminton to soccer to basketball, and didn't specialize in tennis, until after his mid-teens. He came to have an almost unbeatable tennis record and legacy, and is known for being an exceptional all-around player. As we all know, Tiger paid an extraordinary price for his early specialization and success, whereas Roger is noted for being well-balanced, unaffected, and not experiencing burnout. So what does this tell us? Sometimes getting ahead early doesn't mean you finish first or even last the longest. But there is an even more important takeaway that relates to my own experience. After the first decade of my career, I ventured into real estate and venture capital. The jobs that I took on early in my career were so different and divergent that it gave me a whole host of skill sets that I could transfer to other positions. In fact, this early sampling of different positions showed me what I liked and what I'm good at. So later on, I was clearer about what I wanted to do next. Studies, in fact, show that early specializers immediately after college have an early income lead. But 6 years in, the later specializers have more range of skills and have a bigger growth rate, and in later years fly past the early specializers. So as much as we as a culture are obsessed with outliers and prodigies, those that sample their way through various experiences are, on average, more successful and experience less burnout. Building a broad base early in my career also helped propel me as an entrepreneur. Think of a successful entrepreneur. He or she most definitely needs a complex skill sets. We have to face a variety of challenges in a dynamic situation and has to be comfortable with uncertainty. Again, research has shown that the highest predictor of a successful executive or entrepreneur is number of job functions that they have had. My life trajectory certainly confirms that. My life experience and my understanding of paths to success is what led me to invest in CSUN School of Business. I knew I wanted to pass on my life learning and to pay back the opportunities I had been given by investing in an academic program that sets students on a road to independent, upward mobility, and career security. I know that to do so, such a program required a multidisciplinary structure with courses in entrepreneurship that invite students from different fields. This way, students from different academic backgrounds and experiences can interact with each other, offer varied lenses to similar problems, and reach more innovative and robust solutions to our business challenges. This approach is a huge plus in the workplace. Our experience with the bull ring shows that there are huge advantages to students from different disciplines working together to build a business. We hope that we can expand on this model even further by establishing an entrepreneurship center on campus. Another valuable lesson to be shared is that true success can be built on past failure and challenges. This has been the case for every successful entrepreneur. I'm ready to bet on the success of CSUN students any day, as I know many of you have already challenges and a reservoir of grit and resilience that will help you along the way. In this day and age, most students think of Mark Zuckerberg or Google founders as the apex of a successful entrepreneurs. But MIT just came out with an interesting finding. The average age of a founder of a blockbuster business, and not even when the business is truly thriving, is age 46. This means in this journey to success, there were a lot of zigzags and detours until they hit their strides. Just remember that in baseball, you only need to hit 1 out of the 3 balls, and in basketball, only 1 out of the 2 shots to be among the best. So don't be afraid to fail and take calculated risk. Finally, on this journey that you are on and the next chapter you'll be starting, always make sure you also invest in your relationships and personal life, as this is one of the biggest factors in your happiness and success. I'm incredibly grateful to my wife of 36 years, Angela, who has supported me throughout all stages in my life, and my two incredible sons, Philip and Eli, who are not only kind, who are not only kind and hardworking young men, but also bring their enthusiasm and ideas to work every day to build a better business. They have exceptional spouses, Jolene and Serena, whose values and character enhance and complement our family. So choose well and surround yourself with people who want to see you soar, who will be beneath your wings and support you, and who will be there to pick you up if you fail. I want to thank the CSUN community, President Beck, and the Board of Trustees, and all the CSUN faculty staff and students for this honor that I've been given today. This day will remain the highest point of my life, and I have to thank you for it. Congratulations, class of 2024. I have a motto that I keep repeating at work and with family, that is, yes, I can. So whenever you think things are challenging, remember today and say, yes, I can. Good luck.